Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Look, we already got the Centennial players trying to tap in. We're gonna let them know they can't tap in to about 10:45 because I gotta check in with my guys. It's episode 4 of Turf Talk, the one and only Turf Talk, the worldwide Turf Talk, the one everybody getting mad at, but I understand why. I'm your host T. Smith, also known as Trey, with my guys, my main dudes right here. They give me all the football knowledge. Coach Jackson downstairs. What's up with you, Coach Jackson?
Man, it's your boy Coach Den, ready to get it in, boy. What's the time? About 10, huh?
Yeah,
Let's get
about 10:30 at night, Coach. We're gonna talk a little bit while we're doing it late tonight. Coach G, how you doing today?
Man, it's all love, man. Hey, often duplicated, never imitated. There could
Man,
be but one, baby.
that's
That's me. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I like to hear, Coach G. We doing it a little late tonight. We got a special show tonight. We're gonna be highlighting some players, highlighting games of the week. I've been getting a lot of that feedback talking about, man, all y'all do is talk about Centennial. We got some stuff coming, brother. We just paying respect to where, you know what I'm saying, where we don't really have to explain to nobody where we feel like paying respect to. Coach Jackson, I'm gonna check in with you first. I always check in with Coach G. What's going on with you? I know we got a late show tonight. Talk to us. What you got going on at the football factory? You coming back from the freeway late too? Talk to me.
Man, we had a good scrimmage against Mater Dei last week, man, and just looking forward to this week against Cathedral Catholic. I think we're gonna set the pace for a lot of people and let them see what we doing down here, man.
Okay. And we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna save the comments that I have for that for when we let these kids get on, because I'm gonna say one comment. I was really, really, really impressed with that defense. But I'm gonna save that, talk a little bit about that when these kids check in. Coach G, what's going on over there with the Duffelback boys?
Man, no grind, no shine. The boys putting it down. Still undefeated. Pitching donuts to everybody. I still say I'm a little bit discouraged, but like Nipsey Hussle said, you never let a hard time humble you. And I'm pushing through I'm pushing through it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just feel like it right now I feel like we're in different times where a lot of parents, not all, but a lot of parents feel like things are going to be given to them based on their previous situations. And when you come to my team, everything is new. Saying nothing given, everything earned. And I have to say that the heaviest burdens that we carry are the thoughts that we carry in our heads. And I always tell the kids to practice like you never lost, and just go hard. And it's discouraging, but you know what? Hey, I'm core press, my feet on the ground, and we're gonna do what we do. Saying
Okay.
my way or the highway.
I know we checked in the last show and we had a couple technical issues. We should be good
Right.
today. But you had just came back from Arizona, and you guys had won it all in Arizona. Can you talk a little bit about that and what was going on out there and how everything went?
Right. We went out there. We had a 3-game a tournament, and we actually beat the second best team from Texas, which were called the Renegades. And my team, we're going through a lot of adversity. We lost a few players, we picked up a few players, so we're trying to find our identity. And my boys responded. And I always tell them to be perfect in the moment, in that very moment, and that's what they did. And we pitched donuts, and you can tell as the tournament went on, we had 2 games in one day. And as we kept going on, the boys got better and better. And I just love it. And my main thing is I always say a win is not always defined by a scoreboard, which is true. And I see these young boys developing the young men. And that's my main thing. I'm building student athletes. And just to see the progress, I love it. And then to have some of the parents who are buying in, for the ones that left, and you wasn't meant to be with me in the first place. But I feel like I'm putting these kids on another level that a lot of big time coaches at the youth level are not giving these young men. So we went out there and did. We pitched zeros. We won the whole tournament. Came back. We just played another big time game against a team called the Trojans, SoCal Trojans. We won that game 22-0. So right now we gone full court
Okay.
press.
Okay.
So,
And talk, listening to Coach G, Coach Jackson, is it times, I know you're a man of the community and you got your own situations as far as a family. You got a son that go to plays extreme highly level in college football. Do you guys have to put away time for yourself to say, man, I'm just like tired of giving. Today, you know, is one of my give back to me days. Do you have to do that for yourself, or what do you guys go through as coaches to just kind of rehabilitate yourself from being a giver? Because I know once you give so much, it just kind of drains you.
I know as for me, that's a part of the sport. I believe, like, you know, what I mean, I think my wife, she buys in, and you know, she knows I have to give to these kids, and I believe like the more you pour into these guys, the more you'll get out of them. You know what I mean? So I think for me as a coach, I try to give what I can, but like I said, you know, I still got family and stuff, so I you know, I have Sunday for my family. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We family time or whatever. But like as a coach, you want to give your time at the season, because like you know, it's only gonna be a couple of months that we do it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give everything I got though.
Okay. Coach G, I know. Is there days where you just cut it off? Like, I don't want to talk no football unless it's just with my boys or whatnot, or are you just 24/8 all the time, 25/8 as they say, all the time, football development? Because I see your wheels is turning, brother, and I'll be wanting to call you like, hey, bro, take a time off. I'm gonna have to take you out to Applebee's or something, get you a drink or something, and just relax. So, do you ever get like burnt out and you just need some time away for yourself?
Well, you know, I feel like, you know, like I feel like we as coaches slash mentors, we are vehicles for other people's salvation. You know what I mean? So it's just in me. You know, I
Yeah,
wake up. Sometimes I'll lay down and I go to sleep, and I wake up and say, "Oh, I got this play," or I
yeah,
want to try this different thing in my practice. So I just feel like it's within me. You know, it's just a part of my DNA, and I feel
okay,
like it's my calling. So even if I wanted to not do it, I feel like I can't stop, because even if it's not football, I'm going to be addressing something to try to help a youth in another area. So,
gotcha.
you know, say football is a life lesson. You know, with these young men, we're dealing, it's getting harder and harder because the society things is going on. We got the COVID and different things like that. And I always say the imagination comes before the thought. Think it,
Okay,
see it, and then go get it. So if I tell kids that, I gotta live up to that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So we're leading by example. You know, so
yeah,
it's hard, but it's a part of me, and I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm definitely a true believer of that. But with like we've all chopped it off record, and with my experiences working in radio, and it's not the same thing as you guys, because you guys are becoming high profile people because of who you are and because of what you're becoming. So
Right.
it's like people just always asking for things from me. Whether my situation was, do you have tickets? Oh, can I come up to the station? And this, it was like my phone was ringing all the time. And I found out after I left radio, as far as who my real friends were, because I was like, I should have cut them off a long time ago. But anyway, the whole point of that is I learned self-care. So I have my
Right.
days where I don't pick up my phone and I don't talk business. Like I just take care of myself, hang out with the family. So I kind of understand what you guys going through. Excuse me. But before we start letting these guys in, because man, this we go tonight. We got to, we talking games of the week. I can't wait to talk about that. So every week, here on Turf Talk, like I said, this is episode 4. We're gonna try to get players in, coaches, whoever we can get in. Tonight we got maybe a handful of Centennial players they trying to get in.
Right.
But I have one question, Coach G. You want to say something?
Yeah, you know, I wanted to share this with our listeners. Something came over me, and I think it was God Himself. I seen a picture of a young 3-year-old girl, and this girl walked up to a statue. It was a statue of Jesus, and Jesus was leaning over and had the cross, and the little baby walked to the cross and was trying to help pick the cross up to help Jesus.
Yeah,
She didn't know it was a statue, but to me, that was put in her by her parents.
yeah,
They taught the in her heart how to care. So with that said, I think it starts at home. You know what I mean? Either you teach your kid to be someone that's going to be benefit to society, or you raise your nightmare.
yeah,
Those are the options you get. And when I seen it, it touched me, because I'm looking at this little girl trying to lift this cross. She don't know Jesus.
yeah,
She, don't know anybody about this man, but she was trying to help him. And that had to come from the house. So I think we as parents, we got to live by example. You know what I mean? Again, you know, we all, what you go through, you grow through. But I feel like we are obligated to help these our youth, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that picture really touched me.
That's gonna make me right there. That's gonna make me ask you another question before I wanted to ask the question that I had already wanted to ask you.
Right.
As Black men and minority men, because this question comes up a lot from whether you're an entertainer, whether you're however you make your money. Once we find some means of success, we are obligated. Not
Right.
it's not that like that with any other culture, but minority cultures. We are obligated by um, our own, like our own culture.
Right.
Oh, if you don't help with your time or your money, you're a sellout.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, why is it like that with us where we like, hey, like just because like, hey, T Smith's on radio, or hey, just because, GB, son is doing this, or just because Coach Jackson is doing this, why is it that we are obligated, even though we are already, that's in us as people, right? Because we both came from all kind of same different households. I could tell the neutral and the core of it. We are obligated, and people are quick to put us down like, hey man, I've been helping people my whole life. Like I'm tired right now. Like I'm aging. I need some self-care time. So why is it, Coach G, I'm gonna let you start that off, that it feels like we're obligated even more than most people?
Well, I think our problem is lack of knowledge. We don't know. Do you know what the difference between a rich man and a wealthy man is?
Talk to me.
I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. The difference between a rich man and a wealthy man is a wealthy man, he has the same amount of money when his kids die, when their kids die, and when their kids die, they still have the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the meaning of generational wealth is. We wasn't taught that. They don't teach you that in school.
No, they don't.
So I think that they don't teach you that. Certain things that we don't know. I think a lot of our people, I know when they teach about slavery and different things like that, they don't go back to when they were queens, kings, and different things like that. So again, it's lack of knowledge. If you teach somebody that you have self-wealth and you're worth something, then I'm saying, a lot of times, like I believe I've seen something where they said a rich person, when they walk outside, they see money, they see beautiful cars, so they don't know nothing about poverty. But when you go to the ghetto, all they see is murder, guns, and this and that. They don't know how to be rich. So it's the environment, you know what I mean? You got to want to get out. So I think it's just a lack of knowledge. And when you teach someone that they are great and you from greatness, then you start feeling that in you. You know, so I think but it's up to us. It's up to us, people that got out, to give back. I think we're obligated,
And before we get to Coach Jackson, that's why we're here. We're trying to talk to our youth. We're trying to talk to our community. We just so happen to love sports. Coach Jackson, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Coach G said, man. It's just lack of knowledge. I know for me that growing up, like I didn't have the means that I did now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to be able to do what I do now and to be able to give to kids like I do, that's where I feel like I'm like.
Coach Jackson, you got me? My bad. I'm trying to let these players in.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Before I think everybody's in. My bad, man. I'm trying to let these guys in. I'm mute. I want to get the one question, but before we get these young men involved real quick. So Crenshaw, I'm a big fan of football and traditional games. Crenshaw and the Westchester game got canceled because and some people saying, well, maybe because it's COVID, or maybe because of this, or because of that. My thing is, I'm working the computer and talking at the same time. My thing is, it's not because of that. It's because so many big name players are going to big schools. So what does that do to the traditional games, such as the Westchester versus Crenshaw, or the Crenshaw versus Dorsey, or what does that do to the common games like Venice versus Fairfax, or even out here when I grew up, it was Fontana High School versus Eisenhower. It was just common games where there was so many big stars on there, but it was just the home rivalry. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like now, and like I said, I don't want the young men to get involved in this question, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later. But now it seems like everybody's going to big schools, so there's no more home rivalries like the Crenshaw game. Like, so what's your take on that, coaches?
I'm gonna say it's kind of sticky too, because I'm gonna say it has to do with the coaching. You know what I mean? Because if you're a good coach, a kid gonna want to play for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Anyhow, we had kids go to different schools, and so we go with what we have. You know what I'm saying? But you put these kids up and make them play for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's coaching with me.
Coach G, what's your take on that?
First and foremost, I want to give my hats off to Coach Robert Garrett at Crenshaw. He's been at that school since 1988. And Coach, he was there when they had a student body of 3,000, which dropped down to 650 kids. And I really personally feel that these alpha dog programs are depleting our public schools programs on the basis of high hopes and big dreams. And what I mean by that is a good analysis is when you got a Bosco, for say, and then you got Long Beach Poly.
Yeah,
a lot of those kids are going to go private. That so now everything is being saturated and deleted. And and I'm not knocking anybody. But the kids want to go to the hype and this and that. So things are changing now. I had a coach that I know that was at Long Beach Poly, and he said they can't get the kids anymore because they're all going to Bosco and Mater Dei. Same thing as Centennial. Mater Dei had at least 10 young men, that lived in that area, and they went to Mater Dei when they should have went to Centennial. So now it's like, man, hey, may the best win, may the alpha dogs win.
And once again, I just want to let everybody listening and everybody watching, this ain't about the Centennial kids. This was something we was discussing before they came on. It's about them tonight, because we highlighting them versus the Cathedral game, because they are the game of the week that we've chosen, not because we all have ties there. I just feel like that's one of the best games of the week. And we'll talk about the games of the week, and we're going to make the boys pick what teams they think going to win too. So we got about 5 games. Young men, y'all can unmute y'all mics. It's definitely a pleasure. Unmute yourselves. Appreciate y'all for waiting. Go ahead and let's start. Introduce yourself. Tell them what position you play. What school bang, bang. Tell them. Go ahead. It's the Don't Be Humble show. Go ahead, Mr. Lightfoot. Start it off.
My name is Gabriel Lightfoot. I play defensive tackle here at Centennial.
Okay. Class
class of 2020.
Okay. Yes, sir. Ethan.
My name is Ethan Wenzel. I play inside linebacker for Corona Centennial, and I'm class of 2022.
Mr. Jimenez.
My name is Nate Jimenez. I play wide receiver for Centennial, class of 2022 as well.
Okay. Mr. Conti.
My name is Lucas Conti. I play defensive end at Centennial High School, class 2023.
Okay. That's what I like to hear. Definitely want y'all to get y'all shine, man, because y'all deserve it. I want to start off by saying to these young men, look, I'm going to be honest. Look, we brought y'all on here to talk about the show. I'm going to tell you, I was talking to Coach Jackson a little bit before y'all popped on. Y'all popped on when we was having a conversation. The conversation was, so the Crenshaw Cougars was playing the Westchester. I'm not sure what their logo is or whatnot, but the game got canceled because all the Crenshaw kids went to different schools. So I was saying, what happened to like the regular games? You get what I'm saying? Like, we know Centennial plays Mater Dei, but what happens to the regular games? So that's what you guys walked in on when you guys popped in. But hey, it's about you guys right now. Game of the week. Centennial versus Cathedral Catholic. But my question is, we could go however you want to break it down and start talking. I'm gonna be honest. I was really impressed with the Centennial defense. Ethan. I was impressed with you, bro. I was really impressed. You was in there banging. Talk to me a little bit about the mentality that's going in, because usually you guys are known like as an offensive school, and then we could go around to make sure everybody get a chance to talk. But I was really impressed with you because I seen you in there banging with your little helmet, with your helmet piece on. Go ahead, talk to me.
Well, thank you for that. But it's just, like leading up to our first game against Mater Dei, we was just preparing. Like 2 months before, even the season before, we were just preparing for Mater Dei. The mentality, practice-wise, no matter what, it was just all Mater Dei. We want to go out there and prove ourselves and show that, Centennial is still one of the best schools out in the nation, best public school in the nation. And, I feel like we did that, even against 2 quarters against Mater Dei, that we were that team to watch out for.
Don't be shy. Jump in there next. Who's next? Talk to me. Talk to me about what you felt in the game, what you felt like you accomplished. Come on, it's the Don't Be Humble show.
Man, we did our stuff. We really did our stuff. We've been known our defense is one of the best for sure. But that game, we showed up for sure. But I'm excited to see what's next for the season, because our defense, as dominant as it is, I think we're going to go a long way.
Okay. Lightfoot, Jimenez, talk to me.
Our defense, we've been preparing for months. Like Ethan said, we've been working hard at practice, been locked in. Most of the guys were quiet the day of the game, trying to get locked in throughout school and stuff. Just trying to get our mindset right, prepare for the game. Been training this whole time for this. It was my senior year. It could be possibly my last time playing with them, so I wanted to make a big statement on my behalf. And my defense, they played hard. I'm pretty sure they proved themselves.
Now, Jimenez is a wide receiver. Talk to me a little bit about how the O felt, because I seen you out there with a couple of them quick slants, a couple reverses and stuff. I believe you scored. How did it feel to get in the game and get your feet wet? First game of the season, boss.
Well, I mean, it feels great just to, just get a chance to play against Mater Dei. I think we did good on friggin' both sides of the ball. It was cool to get out there, made a couple plays. I'm excited for this season. I think we got a lot of potential. So, yeah.
Okay. Coach G, Coach Jackson, you guys want to ask any questions? I know Coach Jackson see y'all every day. Coach G, you got any questions? Coach Jackson, anything you want to touch on?
No,
I mean, part of the defense, man. We pretty much shut them down. I was there, and the D line for the exciting. You know what I mean?
right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach G, you was on the sideline doing play-by-play. How about what you see?
Well, I was blessed to be out there. I loved the energy I seen. Now, one thing I want to ask to the CEN10 players, we already know I'm an offensive guy. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm an offensive guy, and I know that you guys put up Centennial put up 1 touchdown. Does that kind of make you guys start thinking like, man, can we start moving the ball a little bit more? I know that in the past, Centennial has always been a scoring machine. So do you guys feel like that you guys have some things to work on in regards to getting that ball in the end zone, or are you confident where you guys at right now?
I think there's definitely a lot of things we need to improve on. I mean, we're working hard every day at practice, trying to get better. I know Coach Logan, he has like a couple plays he wanted to call, but, we can't do too many things against Mater Dei because we're probably going to see them later on in the season. But honestly, I'm not too worried. I mean, we got some guys, so, I think we should be good this year.
Right. I like that.
Gotta keep it a little vanilla.
Right. I like that.
It's called Don't Show Your Cards. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely know that everybody comes out to the scrimmage and being vanilla. And me sitting on the sideline for 3 years, I watched, Coach Logan, how he's a Jedi mind trick. You know what I'm saying? He's always thinking about the next chess move. And that's something that I find special about him. Let's talk a little bit about, do you guys go in? Coach Jackson, anytime you guys want to jump in, but hey, do you guys have season goal? Do you guys, I know as a team, you guys are looking to win it all. Because at Centennial, win it all or womp, womp, womp. I get it. But do you guys also have, it's a lot of class of 22 on here. Do you guys have personal goals as far as like, hey, I want like 6 touchdowns or Wenzel, I want 7 sacks. Talk to me a little bit if we can go, one by one, because once again, this is all about you, about your personal goals. And if you don't got them, we about to figure them out right now. So go ahead and talk to us.
Right.
I don't really have a goal like this for the season. It's just I just want to win state. That's my goal.
Okay.
If I make plays, I make plays, but I'm just here to make sure my team can win, get the calls, and we execute right just so we can win state against whoever it is. But I know, especially like last year, we had a goal. Don't let up a touchdown. Don't let up a certain amount of yards. We kind of failed that goal, but coming this year, we're going to execute it.
Okay.
To our ability.
I want to say, Ethan too. He came to me right before the game. He says, "Give me some words. Tell me what I do. What you need to see." I'm like, "They got all out, dog. Play like somebody walking."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Play like that offer right there. Go ahead, Conti. Conti, I know you're a quiet guy, but hey, I've watched you at the gym, and I've watched you on the football field. You're a big time player. Talk to me a little bit about just the process of what you're thinking before the game. And it's nothing wrong with having personal goals. If you feel like you have some, talk to me, like, because of your personal goals overall make the team better as well. So it's not always being selfish. So go ahead and talk to me, Conti.
One thing that I think a lot of Centennial players have in common is that what I'm thinking before the game is I'm thinking violence. I think I'm just being as aggressive as I can. I want to put somebody on the floor and I want to make sure they don't get back up. That's my mentality. And whatever I can do to help this team win and go to state and go as long as we can and get a ring for my brothers in, that's what I want to do. I'll do whatever it takes.
Okay. Lightfoot, what you talking about?
Like a D-line.
Go ahead, Coach.
I said that sound like a D-line.
Oh yeah, we already know Conti violent. I didn't know if Wenzel was that violent, but I seen you was violent out there. I know your mama was yelling in the stands.
Whole family.
Yeah, come on, Lightfoot, talk to me a little bit about your goals, because I know you got some offers, and hey, you ain't you in that dark room right there, but you ain't no small time guy. Talk to me.
Man, just personal goals this year. I want to finish the season with at least 7 sacks. That's just one thing for me. I just think that's going to put me even more on the map in my senior year. Just one last season to get some more offers before I make my decision. My mindset before the game is just to get locked in, focus, know who I'm going against, know what my competition's like, know like what they like to do, pick up like on the first couple of plays, pick up their tendencies, see how I need to play them, and always be physical off the ball.
Okay. We ain't gonna leave you out a minute. Talk to us.
Showing them how light you on your feet.
Hey, Lightfoot is not just a name; it's the true action.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to say this to all you student athletes. Goals and dreams, they run hand in hand. I don't never want to hear you say you don't have any goals, because once you stop dreaming, you stop living. And I mean that to all you student athletes. All you guys have potential. Putting that potential on display is totally different from having potential. And I want you guys to know that. It's like having a Bentley with a bad fuel pump. It might look good, but it's not going nowhere. You guys have, when you step on that field, 10 toes to the turf, but you got to know what you want to do to the person in front of you. You must dominate that man in front of you. And it starts at home. You guys got to see it. Football is 8% mental. It's only 20% physical. So you got to think it, see it, then you got to have it. So you always have a goal. Write it down on your wall. I want to be here. I want to have this many A's. I want to be here. Always set that bar high. Make it so high, you might can't even get it. Dream so big that your dreams dream about you. How about that? So
Yeah.
I want you guys to always have that thing in your head and stop giving people the pen to write your narrative. You control your narrative. If you want to be a scientist, well, you can be a scientist, because it's going to be a lot of naysayers out there. I'm going through it now, but guess what? Try to go out and get more haters. If you got 2, get 5, because when you got haters, you're doing something right. So I'm saying it to you young men, you're going to go through adversity, but guess what? That's part of life, because what you go through, you grow through. Have goals.
Yes, sir.
Have goals.
Coach Jackson, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, right along the same thing. I always tell guys too, man, you never know who watching, and so you got to play the best of your ability. And said too, I always tell you guys too, man, it takes more than what you do. You got to put the extra work and do what it takes to higher in life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's something, like I'm a friend of the Jimenez family. I'm a friend of everybody on here. Wenzel, I know your mom and dad real well. Lightfoot and Conti, I done met y'all at the gym. Jimenez, hey, don't be afraid to have, I want 1,000 yards this year. I want 15 touchdowns. You know that you got to have that selfish mentality, because that mentality in turn helps. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you if you get 1,000 yards. Ain't nobody gonna get mad at you if you got 15 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with having selfish goals. Be that dog, be that killer, be that shark. And I think that that's what Coach G and Coach Jackson, that's what they definitely want out of you, especially Coach Jackson as your coach. But I'm really excited to see you guys this year. I'm watching from afar. I'm gonna try to make a couple games. I know I want to have you guys back, but first Norco, we got to have you back the week of that game. But we just want to check in with you guys and let y'all know, man. Hey, we got y'all as a game against Cathedral Catholic. I know we went down a couple years ago, and they was in the pool swimming. Like, I don't even know what kind of facility that is. They was in the pool swimming while y'all was playing games. So talk to us a little bit about that long bus ride and what's the mentality of getting on that bus when it's a 2-hour drive on a bus that can't go over 45 or 49 miles per hour. So what's some things you guys listen to? Talk to me about what's your routines, something you believe in you have to do. Is it the way you eat? Is it the music you listen to? Is it the way you put on your socks before your shit? Just talk to me. Conti, I'm gonna start with you. Talk to me. What's the mentality on the bus trip? What's some of your things you do in your routine?
Man, first thing for sure, I listen to music, something violent. I need something violent, some old school something.
You're gonna make me more of a fan.
Oh yeah, but before the games, I like to keep it quiet. I like to be in my own mind, be in my own space. I'm not really talkative before a game at all, but as soon as I get on the field, I become the most talkative person. So I feel like that's how you got to be as a football player. But at the same time, when it's go time, you got to have a demon in your head telling you where to go. So that's how I feel. That's what I do.
Okay. Lightfoot, talk to me.
In my pregame, music does play a big part in me. I gotta get my mindset right. I come to school comfortable, so I need to be loose. I need to feel loose. I need to stretch the morning before, the night before I go to sleep. I need to make sure I get something good to eat that night. Just be mentally ready before the game. I like to be by myself, pray to God before the first snap, before kickoff. That's my routine.
Okay. Wenzel, I know we've been talking a little bit about music. I want to touch on you and Nathan. Hey, talk to me a little bit about your routine. What's your eating habits? Like, my son, he don't eat foods the day of or whatnot. Talk to me a little. Do you drink orange juice? Do you talk to me like, do you put your socks on before you put your girdle on? Do you have any superstitions?
No, not really. I just, I go with the flow.
Okay.
That's just the type of guy I am, especially in the bus ride. Listen to music, and then whatever I have in my playlist, I just listen to. I don't really have a game day playlist, and then I'm just watching film.
Okay.
That's it. Going into the game, once it's like 5 minutes before the game, lights out. It's just me and myself, and getting ready for that game.
Jimenez, what about you? Got any special routines or anything? Any special meals that moms and pops get you before the game?
Well, I mean, I got a game day playlist. I just bump that, that just gets me in my zone. On game day, I just like to, stick to myself. Like on the bus ride there, I'm like imagining what I'm gonna do in the game and just trying to make that into a reality. I'm thinking about making plays and stuff. So, yeah.
I think that goes into what Coach G said. You have to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're constantly speaking into existence. I see myself making 3 touchdowns. And even if you make 2, bingo, I still got them. So it's definitely see it and believe it. I know Coach Jackson talked a little bit about that in the mentality process. What's some things you talked to him about before the game, to your D-line, or are there even certain players that you have a personal relationship with Coach Jackson? Before games, like every game at Centennial is a big game because of who you guys are. But before big games, what is some things that you do or say to, like I said, certain players or your D line?
Well, like I said, man, when like Ethan came to me before the game and said, "Coach, give me some words." Like I told him, I said, "Man, you just got to play like somebody watching you, because you never know who watching you. Man, you could be a scout watching you, it could be anybody watching you, and trying to get you to the next level or what." Like, fine, man. I teach violent hand, aggressive. You know what I mean? We got to be the bully. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely be the bully when you're around Coach Jackson. So we're gonna have a little fun right now before we get out of here, because I know y'all got to get some rest, man. Get back to school in the morning. It's a late night. We got the 5 games of the week. Talk to me. We're gonna start out. Everybody picking, even y'all down there. So we got. If you don't know nothing about it, just go what you know from the past. Number 1 game is not in order as far as the games that we think are the best. It's just games I'm blurting out. Servite versus Mission Viejo. Coach G, what you got? Mission Viejo.
I'm gonna go with Servite. They young and they coming back and they prove that they can hang with the big dogs. So I'm gonna go with Servite.
Coach Jackson, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Servite. Servite got a nice back defense. I'm gonna go with Servite. They go coach back and they back swinging thing.
Okay. Lightfoot, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Servite. I went to the scrimmage against Darko. They was looking ready, so
okay.
I'm pretty sure they got it.
We like that inside scoop. Wenzel, who you got?
I got Servite.
Okay. Menez, who you got?
I got Servite. They're like very well coached, and that could take you a long way. So I'm gonna go with them.
Okay. Conti.
Man, Servite's an army, and I gotta go with them. They look like they're ready.
Yeah, unanimous decision. Somebody y'all possibly could be seeing later on. Westlake versus Crespi. You might. I know y'all know a little bit. What you got? What you got, Coach G? Westlake versus Crespi.
I'm gonna go with Westlake. I mean,
hey.
You talking about when I say 80% mental, you talking about some of the best minds out there. You know what I mean? They've always been well coached, and they don't always tend to get the best athletes, but the coaching and aspect of out executing you, they've always been there. So I'm gonna go with Westlake.
Coach Jackson, what you got?
I'm gonna go with Crespi, man. We had ex-Centennial player that he was running their offense for a minute. He just moved up to college now, so I'm gonna go with Chris.
All right, this gonna be the one either take the lead or fall behind, because we've been all voting for the same thing. Like, for who you got? You Westlake or Crespi?
I'm probably gonna go with Westlake.
Okay. Wenzel.
Westlake.
Menez.
I'm gonna just go with Westlake.
Okay. Conti.
Same thing. I heard about them a couple times. They're pretty good.
Okay. I'm gonna get one. I know y'all know this because y'all see them come across the Centennial schedule. Long Beach Poly versus Sarah. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Sarah on this one.
Okay.
I think Long Beach Poly right now they're hobbling, and like I said, Bosco's been kind of a lot of the potential athletes that's supposed to go there. They tend to go to Bosco or Mater Dei. And Sarah's been holding it down. If you look at the last year, they've been doing their thing. So I'm gonna go with Sarah.
Coach Jackson.
Man, that's a rivalry. Real good game. It's kind of hard to go with it like who's leading at the time. Rivalries don't matter who's the top.
Yeah.
I'm man.
Say it again, Coach G. Coach Jackson, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Polly.
Okay. Long Beach in the house. Shout out to Steve Parker, Mercedes Lewis, D Jack. Who you got, Lightfoot?
I got Polly. I got a couple boys over there. They mentally prepare, so they got it.
That's somebody y'all see on the schedule too. Wenzel, who you got?
I got Sarah playing against that quarterback. I know he can,
Okay.
do some damage.
I like the inside scoop. Who you got, Jimenez? Jimenez, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Sarah too. I played against that. I'm gonna go with Sarah. That quarterback that they got, I played against him in 7-on-7. He's nice. So I know they got some guys, so I'm gonna go with them.
Okay. Conti, who you got, boss?
Jay, Sarah, same thing, man. They look good. I know they look good.
We got one more, but I think I know which way we're going. Cathedral Catholic versus Centennial. We got Coach G. Don't be going along with everybody just because they all talk to me. Who you got?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Hey, Coach Logan is about to let the dogs out the kennel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The Huskies about to do it again. You know what it is. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. Huskies, baby.
I can assume I don't got to ask the rest for everybody else, so I'm not even going to ask. So we appreciate y'all for checking us in, man. Hey, we here once a week. It's TURFTALK, the one and only Coach G, Coach Jackson. We want to thank the Centennial players for checking in with us. To all the other guys, don't be jealous now because we sent the invite to everybody. But we appreciate y'all, man. Good luck. It's Friday. Hopefully we get y'all back. No, not hopefully. Put that on your schedule. We're gonna get y'all back, for that Norco game, and we're gonna have Norco on too. So, you know what I'm saying? We can turf talk and keep it nice and polite because it's a friendly rivalry. Coach G, you want to leave us with anything? Coach Jackson, you want to leave us with anything?
Yeah, I want to say, your son over there, ball, French man. He looking like a DM.
Yeah,
so congratulations to you.
Hey, no, we appreciate it, but he come from this family, so he got that work mentality. Oh, yeah. And I always tell people, man, I got number respect for Centennial. It's a machine. You don't understand it unless you go here. It's a machine. You know what I'm saying? He one of the hardest workers where he at, and they say, where you get it from? I said, man, everybody over there work like this. So that's definitely shout out to the football factory. Coach G, leave us with something. Come on, man, get your book out. Talk to me.
I'm gonna say this to everybody out there, all the listeners. Champions do what they want to, flunkies do what they can. You can't run away from problems if you dehydrated with excuses. Excuses for losers. Make it happen, Captain. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, talk, baby.
Shout out to Lightfoot, shout out to Wenzel, shout out to Menez and your whole family. And Conti, I'm looking for that violence. I'm gonna be watching you. So, y'all be safe, man. Be safe out there. And I can't wait to talk to you guys next time and get an update. All right, man. It was a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
No grind, no shine, baby. No grind, no shine. Keep grinding.
Got you. You guys have a good one.
You too, Coach.
Peace.